In this lab we'll be seeing on what is task groups. Okay, so I'll tell you what is a task group and then where and how it is being useful for. So just log into dev.azure.com and then choose whatever projects we wanted to choose. So I'm just choosing it as security demo, which we have imported it from Azure DevOps demo generator. Okay, so the task groups is available on our pipelines menu on our Azure DevOps, and here you can see this task groups. So as the name indicates, it is nothing but grouping of all the pipeline tasks together under one name, that is called as your task groups. And why it is useful for, so imagine in your team there are more than 100 pipeline jobs, 100 CI/CD jobs. Okay, so if you wanted to change something, you just need to go and change into all the 100 pipelines. Like if you wanted to change the Java version or whatever it is, imagine if you are actually having it in single location, whereas if you change that in a single location, all the 100 areas will be reflected. For that only this task group is being useful for. How do you create it? So you can go to the pipelines, and this is going to be my pipeline job. I just need to click on this edit option, and here what happens, I am just having a list of 5 jobs or 5 steps, I can say, or 5 tasks individual. These are all called as individual tasks. So how do I make a task group out of it? So there is a tick option over here. I'm just clicking on this tick, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So now I have just chosen all the 5 individual tasks, and then I'm right clicking it, and then I can create a task group out of it. And this task group name is called as white chose bold task. So I just gave a task group name, and then I can just choose it as a build category or a deploy category or a package category, utility or a test category. So this is going to be my build category. I'm just clicking on create. So now what happened, if you see here, all the 5 tasks is being grouped together under one task name. So from the next time onwards, if I wanted to create a new pipeline, I don't need to add 5 separate tasks together. I just need to call this white source bold task, so that inside this white source bold task 5 tasks will be clubbed together. How do I know it? I can go to the task groups. Okay, let me save it. Okay, so I'm just going to the task groups, and now you can see that white source bold task is created, and when I click on this, I can see the individual task is being added over here. So when I wanted to add something, or when I wanted to modify something, I can go over here and then I can modify, so that automatically the changes will be effective in all the areas where I have actually called this white source bold. Okay, sorry, so what this particular task, if I wanted to export this, I can click on this export option, so that it will be exported as a JSON file. Okay, and then when I wanted to import it as a new task, I can click on this import option, and then I can choose this JSON file which I have downloaded it. Okay, so now you can see white source bold task has been added, and then I can change the name of whatever I wanted to do it. So this is how I can export the task, and then I can import a task as well. Okay, and how do I manage a security out of it? Here is a security option. I can just choose whoever wanted to add, modify, edit a task accordingly, so that I can even make this task groups much more secure, so that no one can come in and then they can do or edit. I can just give access only to the administrators, so that only the administrators will be able to access, modify, edit or delete this. Okay, so I can choose all the areas I can add or modify or delete it. Now when I wanted to create a new pipeline, okay, I'm just clicking on new pipeline. Okay, I'm just choosing a classic editor out of it. I don't want the YAML, and I'm just clicking on continue, and then I'm going to an empty job. Now this is an empty job. Now how I wanted to add it, all the 5 tasks together. I'm clicking on this plus option, and here on the task section I am just giving white source, and this is going to be your task group. So when I click, this task group will be coming as this icon. When I click on this, automatically that task group will be displayed for me. Okay, I just need to click on save and queue. That's all. So my particular 5 task is added together, and then I can just click on save and run. So this is the usage of task groups. It is nothing but you are combining all the tasks, or what you call a repetitive task, together into a single group, so that you can just add it into multiple pipelines. If you see here, now I just added single task group and all the 5 tasks has been displayed over here. Okay, so wherever you're trying to repeat 2 tasks together, club it as a group and then add it to all the pipelines, so that if you wanted to make any changes on that particular pipeline, you don't need to go and change it in all the pipelines. Instead of that, you can go and change it in a task group and it will be reflected in all the pipelines. So just try it and then let me guys know if you face any issues. Until then, thank you.